Huh?
Right.
Almost exactly 100 years ago, Abraham Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address, which has become famous as a classic in the English language and even in other languages. Today, the assassination of President Kennedy makes one think of Abraham Lincoln, who suffered in the same way because he was furthering the causes of freedom which he had so much at heart. I do not know why the person who shot at President Kennedy did so, what he had in mind. But it appears the news of the assassination of President Kennedy has come as a terrible shock and has stunned us. Many of us thought of another assassination which took place in the United States of America when Abraham Lincoln was assassinated because his liberal policies and his love of freedom was not approved of by some people. Only a short while ago, people celebrated 100 years from his Gettysburg Address, a famous address which has become a classic in the English language and which still makes anyone who reads it greatly moved by its by what it not only is classic sentences but the ideas behind them. So today, a century after, we have another American president assassinated, presumably because his policies were disapproved of, his policies which were liberal both in the world stage and in the domestic scene of America insofar as the Negroes were concerned. So it may be truly said that President Kennedy has died a martyr to the causes he held dear and for which he was working. To us it is a great sorrow because we looked upon him not only as a great man but as a friend, and we had affection for him in addition to admiration. I believe he was consistently working for the lessening of tension in the world and for peace, just as his policy was going towards success. This terrible tragedy has occurred, and it has shaken us all up, not only in the United States and in India, but I believe all over the world. But I think that his martyrdom will not be in vain, and the causes for which he stood and worked for will flourish and triumph in the end.